right, so to start things off, can you introduce yourself to the viewers who are listening and tuned in today? Who are you? What do you do? And what organization do you work with?
So my name is Colleen Daum, and I am the Chief Advancement Advocacy Officer at Covenant House, Missouri. So I've been serving Covenant House, Missouri for about 2.5 years now, and we're an organization that supports young people ages 16 to 24 who are at risk of or experiencing homelessness. And our goal is to provide them the tools that they need to be able to build lives that are successful and sustainable and being able to live independently in our community.
Gotcha. So you talk a little bit about the tools that these kids need. So how does the Buddy Fund help out with that? What do we provide to your organization that allows kids the opportunity to learn and grow and have a safe environment?
Absolutely. So we've been partnering with the Buddy Fund for about 2 years now, and they've been providing sports equipment for our young people. And when we think about our young people and their experiences that they've had growing up, access to sports and team sports or getting just to play might not be a part of their experience. And we know that a lot of learning happens through play, through being on teams. It's a great way to decompress or to relieve stress and just in general a healthy lifestyle. And so when we can have access to the equipment that the Buddy Fund provides for us, we're able to provide a lot more opportunities for our young people and different avenues that they can use to build relationships with their peers, be able to, when they're having a really bad day, get out and get some exercise and it makes them feel better. So all around, just their general well-being is improved upon when we have access to the equipment and the things that the Buddy Fund provides.
Gotcha. So again, I want to kind of stress a little bit more on that, the equality and giving these kids an equal chance to have this equipment. So what do you think is the impact of like how can this provide them for a better life down the road? Obviously, it's important right now, like you said, to get them out and have some sunshine during the day and just kind of have fun with their friends. But what does this partnership kind of mean for these kids as they move on in the future? How can this allow them to impact our community, 5, 10 years down the road?
Sure. So, like I said, a lot of learning happens through play. And, when we're talking about either just playing volleyball or kickball, there's a lot of learning that happens and a lot of ability to build relationships and know how to work together. And so, those are really valuable skills when we talk about our young people then moving on, finding a job, when we know how we can work with other people. When we have had a bad day, knowing that we've got a way that we can come home and decompress instead of making some other choices that maybe aren't as healthy. When we know that people in the community care and want to invest in them being successful, then, when the Buddy Fund provides all of the equipment that they provide for us, what it's saying is that the Buddy Fund cares about our young people. And when they know that people care about them, that helps them, again, continue to build really healthy relationships with others.
Yeah. So I want to talk also about caring for others and having kind of the role model aspect of in your life. So for you, I wanted to ask you a little bit about how you got involved with this and why you're a part of this organization. What drives you to help these kids out?
Absolutely. So, really, what drives me is knowing that every person has something in them that is pretty remarkable and that they're capable of so many amazing things. And when I learned of Covenant House and what they were doing for young people in our community, I knew I wanted to be a part of it because I knew that sometimes our young people, or particularly the homeless population, aren't seen first as people, and that what we can provide is dignity and respect and love for young people who maybe have not had a whole lot of that in their lives. And so, getting to be a part, even just a small part of their journey from homelessness to hope, was really what drew me to want to be a part of this organization. And seeing our young people achieve their goals and find success and happiness in whatever way it works for them is one of the reasons that it's easy to get up every day and come do this work, because our young people truly are remarkable and are accomplishing things that um, just make their lives better and really help them see that they are valued and play a really big part in our community being a great place to be.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I wanted to also ask, like, obviously there's a lot of great moments during your time there, but if you could name one or two things, and especially with the Buddy Fund, how you're helping out and how we're helping out and giving equipment, has there been maybe a kid or a group of people who have you've seen that made you feel like, hey, we really impacted these group of individuals or this individual because of what the Buddy Fund has provided for these kids and what you're doing as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll share two experiences. And so, one is that we started Dodgeball Wednesdays, and it was just a small group of individuals at first, and we had the equipment from the Buddy Fund, but we started Dodgeball Wednesdays in our courtyard, and so it started out small, but over time, watching kids come out and just play just the simple game of dodgeball, but just to find joy in that experience was pretty remarkable. And it's really fun when we get to watch our kids just get to be kids and not, you can kind of see a little bit of the weight of the world lift off their shoulders for a little bit. And so it's really cool to get to watch them engage in those activities together and for just the sole purpose of just it's fun and that if that's
Yeah.
okay that it's just something that they get to enjoy. The other is we have our basketball hoop. In basketball, it's a really popular thing to play basketball. And so we had recently gotten a new hoop and balls from the Buddy Fund, and we actually put on a basketball tournament between the staff and our young people. And so getting to then have our staff be involved and just getting to play and getting our kids to engage in that way was pretty remarkable as well. And so again, it is just about, you know, something as simple as a basketball really bringing a group of people together and
Right.
working together and having fun and it not being really about anything else besides just getting to be in that moment and spending time together.
Yeah, that's great. So I want to ask you, how can viewers help out? How the people have tuned in and listened to this podcast? How can they help your organization out to provide? Again, the Buddy Fund provides equipment for these kids, but what are some other ways that people can help? Whether that be financially or just volunteering time. But what would you suggest, or what is your hope for people to help you out?
Yeah, so it's always just great that people just know who we are and that we exist in our community. That's the first step in, people getting involved is knowing that we even exist and why we exist in our community and why it's a really vital service for us to be able to provide shelter and wraparound services to those young people who are experiencing homelessness. And then when people really want to get motivated and engage even farther, we have volunteer opportunities. Every Friday, we have volunteer opportunities for people to come in and support the work that's going on at Covenant House. There's also always the opportunity to give and support and make a donation to help invest in the success of our young people. And we also have all of our events. And so every year we host what is called a sleep out, where people can sign up to be a sleeper and then pledge to raise funds and awareness to help bring attention to youth homelessness, and then to also make sure that we are raising vital funds to make sure that we can continue to do the work that we do every day. And so we have an executive sleep out in November. We have a young professional sleep out in the spring, but individuals can also sign up on their own and just say, I'm going to pick a night where I am going to sleep out in my backyard or in my basement, just so that I can make sure that I'm doing my part to raise awareness for young people who are experiencing homelessness.
Yeah, thank you so much. And the last question I have for you is, at the end of the day, why is this organization and the partnership with the Buddy Fund, why is that so important for the community? And why is, what this whole, I guess, partnership, like I said, what does it do for our community and how does it impact the kids and our future?
Absolutely. When we think about the community choosing to invest in the young people, we're choosing to invest in the future of our community. And we can do that in many different ways. The Buddy Fund has provided a great resource for our young people. And so that allows us to better serve the young people who come to Covenant House. And when we can do all that together in partnership, what we're doing is truly saying that we believe in our young people and we believe in the future of our community. And this generation will be the people who are going to be caring for us, as we get older. And so if we can invest in them now and we can say that they matter, and it's an organization like the Buddy Fund or Covenant House Missouri or other organizations who support young people, we're saying that they matter and that they are worth us investing our time and resources in to know that they will then be successful later on.
Yeah. So thank you again so much for allowing me to interview you and the Buddy Fund to get your story out. I hope that the viewers and those who tuned in got an opportunity to learn about what you guys do, and hopefully People will help out. I'll link all of your stuff below if that's okay. You guys email. I believe you're on social media. Do you have Instagram, Facebook? What all do you guys have that people can reach out to you?
Absolutely. We've got Instagram, we've got Facebook, we've got LinkedIn, we've got Twitter, we've got YouTube, we've got it all. And you can find out more information on our website and how you can get involved and better support the young people at Covenant House.
Great. Well, thank you so much. And thank you to the viewers who have tuned in. And that's going to do it for us on another episode of this podcast. We'll be back with you guys soon.